Good morning and welcome. I'm Karen, this Veronica Streams Coaching and Tarot. I hope you all are doing fantastic today. It is Monday. It is Memorial Day here in the United States. It's our holiday to remember our fallen warriors. Yes, I call them warriors because they're our fallen soldiers who have fought for our country, have fallen for the country, actually. So it's an important day here, I believe. Not everyone does, but I do. So we'll get started here. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot. This is our daily reading. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot for both the reading and the clarifying. So let's get started. What do we need to know? Okay. Oh. Current situation. The Lovers. What's that about? Present influence. Two of Swords. Future influence. Whew. The World. Unexpected. Ace of Wands. Challenge. Ten of Swords. Strength. Strength. Where does this lead? Star. Tower. That's interesting having the Tower after the Star. Okay. The Emperor. There is a lot of majors here today, so it's a pretty important day, I would say. Lovers, Strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9 cards, and we have an ace and a 10. So, and the 2, which is just really interesting. The bottom of the deck is the 9 of Wands. So I feel like whatever is happening here with this, and I do feel like this would be a partnership or relationship. Also keep in mind as we're reading, this can be a choice because we do have also the Two of Swords, but I feel like it's more of a relationship or a partnership of some sort. And that 9 of Wands has just been like, it's been hard, man. It's just been like you're at a point where, okay, I'm tired. I'm just tired. I feel like, can I keep going? Can I keep doing this? Is it worth it? You know, and that's kind of what's happening here. Now, keep in mind, this isn't the situation as much as it is kind of what's driving the reading. Okay, so it's that something that you're just kind of tired of, or not tired of, because 9 of Wands means you've been working really hard at it. It just feels like, can I continue doing this? And I think that's why we have the Two of Swords in the present influence. It's like, okay, I got to make a decision here. And I feel like it's more of a decision on how to move forward than it is anything else. It's not necessarily leave or stay. Keep in mind, when I feel like we do decisions, it doesn't always mean like a major decision. It could just be a decision on how to handle something, how to move forward, like just in a place where you feel the Two of Swords is kind of that stuck feeling. No, it's not the Eight of Swords, but you have 2 swords in your hand and you're not putting one down. And until you do, you can't move forward. So that, in the way, that's where the decision lies, that you could just throw one down and go, okay, I'm moving this way. So I just feel like this feels to me kind of stuck, like until I do this. And since Lovers is in the current situation, it is a partnership. It can be a relationship or a partnership. So let's clarify that Two of Swords first. What do we need to know about the Two of Swords? I kind of like where this leads, even though there's the Tower. There's something having it following the Star and then leading to the Emperor that says that's okay. You know, sometimes the energy needs to shift. So I don't feel like that Tower might not be bad, but we'll clarify. We'll get there. Sorry. I was just looking. I kind of like how that leads out. Two of Swords and present influence. I have a cat staring at me, so yes, baby. Got I think I've told you all. I don't have 2 cats. My daughter has 2 cats. I take care of 1 cat. Well, she's living with me now, but those 2 cats don't get along. So I have 2 floors, and I'm on the upper floor, which is where she's staying. Basically, the only thing I do up here is this tarot reading, and then so she lives up here with with Captain, and then, which this is Captain, and I'm downstairs with Morgan. So anyway, I think you've all seen Morgan. She is very much, she likes attention, but her way. So it's like he'll just jump on my lap. She won't. Okay, sorry. Cat moment. Okay, so what is the Two of Swords, please? Hmm. Ah, interesting. So, oh, look at that. The bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords again. We've got Temperance, Four of Pentacles, and then the Emperor. So, there is like, I feel like the Temperance is the energy of alchemy. Do I want to make more of something that I'm holding on to? And, or I feel like this is weird. You're going to say, how does this work? But I feel like this is you deciding on whether to keep control or to relinquish control. I have a feeling this could be the other piece of the partnership here with that lovers. And I feel like because the Temperance with the Four of Pentacles is the alchemy, making things happen, keeping your emotions in check. With that Four of Pentacles is hanging in there, holding on to something. And then that Emperor, sorry about that. I forget the camera is very sensitive to movement, but the Emperor is that other person. So you're kind of like, do I relinquish control or do I keep holding on to this energy? There, it's more, yeah, it's more of a decision of how, yeah, it's almost like you feel like if you make one decision or another, you'll you'll lose control. And when I say control, I don't think it's like a controlling relationship or anything like that. It's more like a personal thing, like you lose yourself in a way. Um, and and I don't want to say you lose yourself because I don't feel like this is negative relationship. I just feel like there may be a decision here with this partnership relationship where you feel like you might be making a lot of changes to accommodate it. And it's not necessarily bad changes, right? Because sometimes we need to change, but I think you're second guessing it basically. And I don't want to make it too harsh because it's not. I mean, that's not the energy I'm getting. I'm not getting this really harsh, like you're, oh my God, you're just bending to the person's every will. And you could be, but I don't feel like that's the overall energy. It's more like you might feel like you're giving more than they are, or changing more, or giving in more, that kind of thing. That happens a lot in relationships. Tell me about the lovers in the current situation. There's that Hermit. Um, what is the lovers in the current situation, please? And the Hermit came out. I tell you, that happens a lot. Like it'll pop out. I should start taking the one that pops out. The Hermit, Six of Wands, and the Devil. So I feel like this is, you've been searching for recognition from someone that you're very attached to. That's this person. That's the clarification. And this is the situation you're in right now. The search is happening. I think you realize how attached you are to this person. That's part of the Two of Swords too. It's like how much, when you feel attached to something, you feel like you're giving it control. Just like any kind of addiction, you're relinquishing control to the substance. You're relinquishing control to the whatever it is that you're addicted to. And if you're really stuck on a situation or a person, it's the same thing. And I feel like that's what this is. It's the recognition. You've been looking at this and you're going, yeah, you know what? I am stuck on this. So how much energy do I want to give this this partnership, this person, right? Just like saying, if you're addicted to drugs, how much energy do I give the drugs over me? And again, I want to keep it light because it's not as harsh as I'm making it. I'm just trying to find a really good way to explain it. So it might be just like you're really stuck on this idea, this person. And when I say stuck, you could be madly in love with them, or there's something about them that is very attracting to, you're very attracted to it. And there's a part of the relationship, the reason why I say part, because there's a decision happening here. So there's something that's not quite right too, but you're wondering again, again, how much energy do I give the situation that I'm obviously attached to? We have the world and the future influence. Now, the world is, it can be an ending, it can be a level up. So, what is this world, right? Because the world is the last card in the majors. It's about an ending, it's reaching that pivotal point. But what is this? Tell me about the world, please. The cat's just hanging out. Tell me about the world in the future influence. Well, there's that Two of Swords again. Okay, stop coming up, Two of Swords. So we've got Nine of Swords, Four of Cups, Two of Swords. So I feel like, honestly, this is coming to an end. The decision making is coming to an end. The anxiety is, excuse me, is coming to an end. The Four of Cups, I feel like you're realizing, so these two together, like having your eyes set on something, but your eyes aren't open here. You're not looking at everything that's in your way here. And the Two of Swords is that decision. I feel like all of this is coming to a head and coming to an end. And there's the Ace of Wands in the unexpected. So there is a spark of something that's going to happen, and we'll clarify that. But this is like, okay, I feel like this is the anxiousness is coming to an end. And I feel like once you make that, once you make that decision, that it takes, it kind of takes the guesswork out of it, and it gets you out of the anxiety piece of it. Because when we overthink something, or we're trying to figure something out in our head and we just keep going through it and going through it and going through it, that can bring us anxious and stressful feelings. So we have the Ace of Wands in the future, or I'm sorry, in the unexpected. So this energy is like a new beginning. It can be a spark. The good thing about the Ace of Wands, it's about passion, it's excitement, it's fast too. So when it comes in, you got to grab hold of it. And this is coming in unexpected. And I almost wonder if it's, let's see. I feel like it might be something different. Maybe not. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is the change. So even you're heading towards your wishes and your dreams, but I feel like this Ace of Wands might be the Tower. But let's just see. What is this Ace of Wands, please? Knight of Pentacles, Six of Wands again, the Temperance again. So whatever you've been waiting for, the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like there is something that's going to come in that I feel like gives you recognition. And the Temperance, so the Temperance is really about that emotional place where you're feeling emotional balance. And I feel like this Ace is this thing that you've been waiting for, some kind of recognition about the work you're doing, the 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 Temperance, because I feel like that's work you're doing. Trying to be a little bit more balanced, because you were holding on to that in the last clarifier, right? The Four Pentacles came after it. But I feel like this is understanding the changes that you're making. And it's just taken a while to do so. I feel like this is an epiphany moment too, but I feel like with the Temperance here that you are going to be hitting a passionate level here. So there's going to be some changes in how you feel about the situation. So moving forward, we have the Star. To me, like, the Star is all about our dreams. It also, to me, there's guidance here, and I'm feeling that more so. I'm feeling like this is leading to you being on the right spiritual path, the being on the path that's going to most benefit you in this life, and sometimes that's not, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We got to go totally skip the challenge and the strength. The Ten of Swords is the challenge. So I'm curious what this ending is. What is this challenge? Because this situation may be coming to an end, but there's something else that's starting, regard or restarting. But I feel like whatever's happening here is allowing room, and it's just going to be hard. This Ten of Swords is going to be hard. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. Now, it also could be like you maybe thinking to ending the situation is what's hard. Let's look at this. Ten of Swords. Everybody's a little bit different, right? 10 of Swords, please. Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. I'm wondering almost like, is this looking at the cards? I feel like it's a search that's over. So the 5 of Pentacles to me can be, I feel like, there's been an energy of excitement and celebration here with the Page of Cups. Maybe there was a feeling of, you had a feeling of this person, whoever this lover person in this lover's card is to you. Maybe there's been, it's been feeling really good lately. And I don't feel like that's over. I feel like the search is over. Like maybe you were, you know how I feel about the 5 of Pentacles is like something that you would normally do wasn't working. And I feel like what's over is trying to look for a new path, hiding from it. That's what's over. You're no longer hiding from it. You're no longer hiding from this situation. I feel like the Ace of Wands has done that. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not pretending anymore. No more, right? There's something here about being really honest and being very direct. I don't know where I'm getting that, but for some of you, that's going to resonate a lot. Um, I feel like too that, um, yeah, I feel like that's what it is. Now, if you're open with how you feel about something and someone else doesn't quite feel the same way, that can be very hard. And I feel like though with the strength being in the strength, that you have the ability to get through whatever you need to get through. So tell me about the strength in the positive energy in this strength position. Strength in the strength position. I like that when that happens. Tell me more. Queen of Cups. That 6 of Wands keeps showing up. There is something. So, when I look at the 3 6s and 9s in the tarot, those are mini completions. So there's something here about definitely leveling up a little bit and being really clear, because we also got the 6 of Cups here. And I feel like it's going to take patience here, because I feel like that you have recognized something. This is kind of like the situation, Queen of Cups, looking at the past though. And this is like about love or caring or something that's very important to your heart. It's a feeling. And the 6 of Wands is that recognition. And the 6 of Cups is about the past, but it also is a gift from the past. So I feel like what's happening here in that strength is the patience. But I also feel like with if what this is saying too is that there's more out there for you, or there is something, not necessarily more, but there's something out there that's coming in. It's kind of having faith and staying strong, because this is you recognizing that you are looking out the 6 of Cups, the past, going, I want this to work, but I feel like it's a positive. And I feel like the strength is there saying this can happen. This can work. Because when I see these three are very positive cards to me. The Queen of Cups, the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Cups are all very positive. So I feel like this is what you're waiting for, right? This energy. And it feels good. It feels right. Definitely feels good. You have the Star and where this all leads. So you've got the Star, the Tower, the Emperor. And to me, that kind of feels like, okay, like you are being led in the right direction with the Star. You're headed in the right direction. You are on course, so to speak. The Tower says, yeah, there's going to be a shift in energy here in the next few days. And then the Emperor, let's see, we'll see. This can be you taking control, or it could be someone. I sometimes feel like that could be someone coming back around. Tell me about the Star first. What is the Star? 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 10 of Cups. Yeah, this is something you've worked really hard on. Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, the hard work. I feel like the Queen of Wands is like kind of that passion, excitement, but this is something you've worked really hard on. And I feel like, yeah, it's ultimately a solid relationship. So I feel like you're going to feel really good about this situation. And again, I feel like it comes from that strength card. And but this feels really good. Like the Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, something you've been working on brings out the excitement with a relationship. So it's heading into exactly what you want. This feels also like dreams, wishes, desires. But I also feel like, honestly, the star, when it hits in a future position, no matter what the exact meaning is, you're on the right path. I overwhelmingly feel that. And then the tower, now it doesn't mean things won't shift up, and it doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It just means that there's going to be some kind of change in energy. And that change doesn't necessarily mean meet bad. I feel like if you're on the right path, that change is probably good. Tell me about this tower. What is this tower? Hierophant, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords. Well, I mean, I don't feel like, even though the Three of Swords is there, I don't feel like it's a negative. I feel like it's a change from the sadness, to be honest with you. The Hierophant is like committing to something. The Knight of Swords is an energy coming in. And I feel like this would be somebody else. Could be the partner where it's like, okay, I got to commit to what I'm doing here. I feel like what the change is they may be in a position right now that they're feeling separated, feeling distant. Again, I don't feel like it's sad. I don't. I'm not getting sad at all here. That's why when it showed up, I was kind of shocked almost because that's not the feeling I'm getting. That's not what, I don't think this reading is about being sad at all. I feel like though they may be, or it could be distance, but I feel like they may be feeling distant or they may be feeling like, I almost feel like the energy needs to change into something a little more committed, and they're ready to, but there's something that's holding them back. And I feel like if it's distance, if you're not close to them physically, like in homes, or they're, even if it's not distant, there's something that's difficult about um, getting together, or something where it feels not necessarily distant, but feels like, okay, how is this going to work? So there's a part of me that feels like this is the other person. And I think their realization then leads to the Emperor. Well, let's clarify the Emperor. Because is this you taking control of them? I feel like it's this other person. And not necessarily, let's see. Because this could, and when I look at that Three of Swords, well, I don't want to second guess myself. Okay. Let's stick with what we're doing. The Emperor, we're back to that Temperance, Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Um, I feel like that's like you looking at the Temperance going, I need to keep cool here. You've got the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is you taking control. And it's taking control of yourself, not necessarily the situation, like getting back in touch with yourself. Like the Queen of Swords looking at that Temperance. I feel like you're on the right path. You know what you're doing. You know what you need to do. You've got the Nine of Pentacles, which tells me that is above and beyond, or like above all, like you know exactly what you need to do. I feel like that's you taking control back. And I could be just about your feelings, but I think that could be the chower, is that there might be a little loss of um, communication, and then you take it back. Now I'm going to do a advice. I'm going to pull three more cards. I know this is kind of lengthy, but okay. Advice, please. The Three of Pentacles. I think that is definitely, it can be communication. And the reason why I say communication, because it's about collaboration. Make sure you're putting yourself around people that are good for you. that, you know, enhance who you are, not necessarily take from you. They can take from you, but they would also have something to give. So I do feel like that kind of energy is putting yourself around those people. It's also, you know that you can master the skills that you need to. And we had the Eight of Pentacles there too. What else do we need to know about this situation? Please, three cards. The Wheel, King of Coins, the Sun. You know, I feel like that it's this that time, things are going to take a little time. And I feel like this King of Coins is reaching, if it's the other person, you know, it's reaching them. If it's you, it's like reaching, mastering, not mastering a skill, like leveling up, becoming more stable and control in your own world, because you realize that it's up to you to really, and then same with the emperor there. It's up to you on how you want to live your life. Like, you are in control, King of Coins, in your own world. And then we have the Sun, which leads to joy. And once you realize that you have control of your surroundings, and you do, you know, if it's not like complete control, like you can't leave a job because you can't leave the job, right? Because you need the money. You have control of your perspective. You have control of how to handle the day to day. You have control of your output, you know, so to speak, like how you communicate, how you put yourself out there as far as the work you do. You can still work hard. You can still feel good about it personally, even if you're not 100% happy in that job. So I'm just saying, like, this is you putting that control and say, you know what, I'm going to have joy in my life. I'm going to do this because this is important. This is you taking back. I think the Wheel is just, it's time. It's time for you to look at the situation and say, I am the master of my own space. I am the master of me, basically. And 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 I need to, and I'm going to bring joy into my life. Sun, I feel like it's really pretty simple there. So there you have your reading for today. I hope you have a great day. Hey, please hit that thumbs up button. It really does help. Take care. Have a beautiful one.